Virgil Abloh kind of tragically passes away. And, what does this mean for the Off-White brand? So the passing of designer Virgil Abloh sent shockwaves across the sneakerhead and across the sneaker and streetwear communities. Though he'd been privately battling a rare form of cancer since 2019, the last 2 years leading up to Virgil Abloh's death were just some of the most ambitious years of his career, with the designer serving as the artistic director of Louis Vuitton's menswear line and, releasing several new Off-White and Nike projects. So, first off, rest in peace to Virgil Abloh, and just thoughts and prayers with his family right now. I know that news was just it was shocking.
No one expected it.
Because like the article says, it was pretty private battle of cancer. It wasn't really, on the front lines and stuff like that. But, the bulk of this article kind of talks about how this affects the market, because obviously we work with sneakers and stuff like that. It's the part of the article that you don't really want to focus on as much, but it's there, so we're going to talk about it. So, I was looking at this event, and it kind of reminds me, that's not the right way to put it, but this passing, and it kind of reminds me of Kobe Bryant, years back, and kind of how that affected shoes on the aftermarket.
Yeah.
I know that at that time, I have a bunch of basketball shoes, and I had 2 or 3 pairs of Kobe's that I was just getting rid of because I already had, some other ones. So I was just selling some used Kobe's, and that happened. The helicopter crash happened, and I remember I was so sad, and I was just kind of reading into it, and then all of a sudden bang, 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 all 3 of my Kobe's sold. It sold, and I'm like, dang, that was weird. It was literally immediate though. I had 3 pairs on eBay that had been up for probably a month or two, and then that day just sold. So similar to that, all the Off-White prices have they've just skyrocketed, which, the future of the brand is pretty uncertain right now. So, it was reported that Off-White Jordan 1s that were going for $5,000, the Chicago, the UNCs and stuff like that, immediately doubled upon the news, going for $10,000 now. So, what are your thoughts just on this whole thing first? I'll let you talk on it.
Tragically, I was shocked when I heard that. I texted Landon, and I was like, yo, man, your Off-Whites, Virgil passed. I was like, holy cow, this is insane. And as much as I predicted this is going to happen, it's just how the markets work with anything. Even baseball players, or that's what I kind of grew up on, is once a baseball player, their anything that they signed isn't too valuable, but as soon as they pass away, it definitely just jumps in market.
There's only a finite
number of so now it's set in stone. I know that it's not the end all be all for Off-White, Jordan collabs or Nike collabs. I know he's got a few more coming out. He's got the Louis Vuitton Air Forces that are coming out. Those are already out. So at least there's some other releases that are coming out still. But I'm kind of curious to see if Nike and all these other brands that have collaborated with Virgil, either they're going to continue on with the Off-White collabs, or are they going to cancel it like they did with Kobe? And now I know it was a little different with Kobe because Kobe's wife kind of really set the deal and set it in stone, and really halted that partnership.
There was some foul play going on there,
right?
Too. Like at least some sort of breach of communication.
So
they weren't on the same page.
So I'm not too sure how it's going to work this way.
Well, I want to ask you this. So, some people were actually hoping that, the aftermarkets like GOAT and StockX were hoping that they would take the Off-White stuff down, kind of pause sales for a certain period of time so people aren't, just going crazy over it. I know that StockX did tweet out, a tribute kind of saying that they planned on, making a donation to, Virgil's, scholarship fund, which is really, cool, of course. But, none of the products have been taken down yet. There hasn't really been a statement saying that's what's going to happen. I think in the article it talks a little bit StockX, the owner did come out and talk about, the ramifications of this. Obviously, whenever passings like this happen, it is going to affect the market.
Right.
It's just the way that it is. It's the way that it is with everything. But there hasn't really been, I think, it's split. Half the world's going to be this is stupid. Now all the prices are going to go up. I already couldn't afford them anyways.
Right.
And then you're going to have the people that are, in possession of the shoes hey, this is just business. Business is business, and it's strictly financial. That's the way some people look at it.
Well, I personally, I don't think any marketplaces should pull any not StockX, but any Off-White collabs. If it's a true open marketplace, the marketplace should always be open. This kind of reminds me of when the whole AMC stocks were happening and people were just blowing that stock up, and then like Robinhood like stopped the stock.
Oh yeah.
Like people were so mad at that because like I get it, like kind of, but also like it's their risk, they put their money in. So if these guys want to buy the shoe at $10,000, like let them buy it at $10,000. Like
well, that's the part of it too, is like, you know, say you pull everything, so now you can't access Off-White stuff anymore. What if you're like someone who I love Off-White. Off-White's probably my favorite collab, but I still wouldn't say I'm in love with Virgil or anything like that. Like I was in love with what he created, but there's gonna be those people out there like designers and stuff that like, oh, I look up to Virgil and all this different stuff. Like I'd pay that money for his shoe, but now I can't do it because they're pulling the stuff.
Yeah,
so
I don't
like,
know.
I feel like you have to keep it available no matter how crazy the prices are, because with inflation and stuff like that anyways, I feel like generally the prices have come down from where they would have been 2-3 years ago.
Oh, for sure.
Like shoes were just selling for more back then.
Yeah, no, Off-Whites, I mean, we've seen it. We've personally seen Off-Whites just, you know, lose hundreds and hundreds of dollars after release date. It's like what are we doing? And then
but they did talk about how the market, like it was every model. They said the Off-White Jordan 2s that just released, they were going for $750.
Oh yeah.
Passes, they're going for $1,300.
Yeah.
No, that's like $800, $600.
Right. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I don't have anything against that. If people want to buy it, they can. I'm just glad that they have the opportunity to. I don't want anyone to make the decision for me if I don't, like, if I wanted to buy it and someone takes it away. But you know, it is truly sad that we lost such a great designer in shoes, and he really did change the game. Personally,
great person too, from everything that you read, everyone loved him.
Yes, I mean it's crazy that he's just already gone like that quick. I would have never expected this news to break this early. It's just like out of nowhere. But
you know, he was getting the best treatment, and it's just something that he couldn't fight.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like it just really shows like you never know like when's your last day. But
that's when you wake up. That's when you wake up and work hard.
Thanks for watching this clip of the Laced Up Show.
To watch the full episode, click here, and to subscribe for more sneaker-related content, click here. But until next time, peace.